Hi everyone, so today I want to show you how I made these two cards. They both fit in envelopes for 5x7 cards, and I'm calling it a Swiss cheese shadow box card because although I know it's not cheese, the one I saw on Pinterest, and I'll try and give a link in the description to whoever it belonged to. I can't remember who it was now, but anyway, it was a yellow card and it had circles cut out of it, and then it had little mice on it, so it was actually like a Swiss cheese, and it was so cool. So anyway, this was one of the ones I did with hot air balloons, and actually put some of the little cloud die cuts actually put inside on the back there. So that's one of them, and then the other one very similar but just a different colour card. And this one again I did with circles. So this was the original that I did to try out the circle thing. Yeah, and then on the back obviously you got space to write. It folds flat for posting, and I really liked it. It was supposed to be like just a really simple card, which it is a simple card, but I just think it's very effective, and the mileage you could get out of this, because you could literally do any shape you wanted as long as it's like a basic block shape. It's not like an intricate shape. Then you could do anything really. Stars, which is what I'm going to do today. Cogs for a man. You could even do like an autumnal leaf, maybe have them, especially if you had like different sizes of the same leaf, that would work really well. There's all sorts you could do. Snowflakes, all sorts you could do, as long as they're not too complicated, not too intricate. You could do anything. So yeah, so that's the card. They're the cards we're going to do. It's the card we're going to do today. So for this card, you don't need a lot of pieces, which is good. It's very simple to make, and that's what I really like about it. So today I'm using card from Papermill Direct. This card's beautiful. It's a purple and it's a pearlised, double-sided card, and it's called Periwinkle Purple, and it's a 300 GSM. So for this card, you really do want a good weight of card. I would say anything from a 275 GSM up to probably like a 300. You don't want to go anything less than a 275, I think. I think you're going to find it's going to be a bit flimsy if you do. So your first piece is going to be 5 inches by 8¼ inches, okay? So that's your first piece. Then your second piece is 5 inches by 6¼ So that's those two pieces. Now, optional, you don't need to have this. On the back of my this one here, you can see I've got this white piece in the back. Now you don't have to have that bit if you don't want to. On the other one I didn't have anything. Oh no, I did put a white piece in. I wasn't going to originally. I just had it plain. I am today going to put a backing in. So this piece is 4¾ by 5 inches, and this card that I'm using today is absolutely beautiful. This is holographic checkered mirrored card, 220 GSM, again from Papermill Direct. I love this card so much, and I haven't managed to get myself to use it until now. So I'm going to use it today, but I love it. And then you also need little die cut shapes. So obviously for the one that I did on here, I did little hot air balloons and I paper pieced them using a first edition pick and mix papers. And the stamp, I think it was a freebie out of a magazine. So yeah, so that's that. Today I'm going to be using just die cut shapes. So I've got little nativity shapes. Here are my little nativity shapes, and these are all Trimcraft dies from quite a few years ago. They're all first edition dies. That's part of the nativity set, and then they also did a set that was Christmas greetings. So that's part of the Christmas greetings set. So these have been cut out of another gorgeous card that Papermill Direct do, which is an oyster white Prisma mirror card, 220 GSM, and it's just beautiful. It's just like a pearlised card, really beautiful. Right, so let's put those down and put this to one side, and let's start scoring our card. So you need to take your largest piece of card, the one that's 8¼ and you're literally going to score 1½ inches at either end. So 1½ inches and 1½ inches. So that's that one done. You're now going to bring in your smaller piece, which is the 6¼ length. Make sure you do score it along the 6¼ and not along the 5-inch length, okay? So along the longer edge, you score ½ inch from either side. And that is all your scoring done. Right, so this larger piece is going to be the front of your card, and this is going to be the back of your card. I was thinking about doing it the way around, however, the tabs are going to get in the way. Doing it this way round, your tabs don't really get in the way that much. So we're just going to fold and burnish our card. So now what we need to do is that's going to be that way round, that's the front of your card there. So we need to work out what shape you want to cut out of the front and also where you're going to do it. I'm going to do stars, and I've chosen a large star. You don't want to go too big or else you won't be able to fit too much on. So I've done a large star, a slightly smaller star. I've got another star that's slightly smaller, and then I've got another one. You really only need 3. There we go, I've got 4 in total. 3, I would say you can happily do 3. But if you want to do 4 different sizes, you can. It's fine. The other advantage is with this particular die, again, these were all Trimcraft dies as well. This is a nesting star die that first edition did. And these were, again, I think they were a mix of just like star dies. I'm not sure. I can't remember where they came, but they definitely were a first edition anyway. So I just thought with these, when I cut them out, I'm going to be left with a star shape, which is what I want, but then I'm also going to have a die cut as well. So I can actually use those on the card or on another card if I want to. So at least I'm not wasting anything. So I really like that idea. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to work out the positioning of our stars. Now you can't do them all at once. You can do some and then come back and do some more. But I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do this over here. You don't want to go too close to this edge or to the top edge unless you want it popping off like I did with this one here. I've got little semicircles here and semicircles here. I've also cut over the score lines, which you do kind of want to do that to get a better look. So I'm going to attach this. I'm just going to washi tape my stars into place. I'm going to have one going. It's all about the positioning here. You can have one there. Now obviously if you are going over a crease line like I am here, you do have to bear in mind that if you want to reuse that die cut, then you might have to trim it a little bit. I'm going to leave a space. My little silent night I think will go there, so I'm going to leave a space for that. I'm going to put the smaller one, I think, down here, maybe. Actually, I think I might put it up there. And again, you don't want to go too close together, so because you want to maintain the structural, solidity of the card. So you really don't want to go too much over, next to each other. I'm going to have one kind of here, I think, like, oh, I don't know, like that. Is that going to work, or is that going to be too much in the way of my silent night? No, I reckon that might work. So I'm going to put that one in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to run this through my die cutting machine. Right, so I've cut the stars out. So I'm just going to take them out of the front of the card. Right, so that's what the front of my card looks like so far. Obviously, if I fold that up, you can see where like the stars go around the corner. Let's just open it up. We'll do another star over here. Maybe a half on, half off star again like that. That's not going to interfere with Joseph. And then I think we will do another star. I think I might do a half hanging off star here. And I'll show you if you do want to have it hanging off. So on this one, I've got the semicircle. Now obviously my tab is actually inside there running along this side here. So I've actually had to cut a little bit out from the tab. So that's what I'll do on this one as well, just to accommodate it. But I do think that a star there might work quite well. I'm not going to go too low to the bottom of the card though, because I feel that's going to interfere with how the card will stand up. So you don't really want to go too far in. So I'm going to do that there, and then I might just do another little one coming off here. And then I think I'm happy with the amount of stars. You want to sort of fill it up, but you don't want to go too crazy. So I'm going to go and run these through now. Okay, so that's what I've been left with now. That's what I finished up with, and that it really is. I don't want any more stars now. That's plenty. That's just right, really. So you've got some bit on the side. You've got some on the side here. This does come off, but that's fine. It's all going to hold together. It's not a problem. So now what we want to do is we're going to go ahead and stick. So if we can take our back section, if you have gone for an optional back panel, we're going to go ahead now and stick that into the back there. Right, so I've stuck that down, and I think you can just see how beautiful that card is. So nice. I love this card. It's just so beautiful. Anyway, before I get too carried away. So next what we're going to do is we're going to take our front piece, and obviously on the side I've come off this side with the star die. So what we're going to need to do now is if we flatten this tab on the left and we lay our front over the top like that, and make sure it's nice and straight as if you're going to stick it down. And then we need to take a pencil, and then I'm just going to trace around that star inside the die cut. Okay, so that's the only one I've got. Now you won't be able to see it very well, but on that purple I have actually got, I've just traced around the star. And then I'm going to take my scissors. Oops, daisy. And I'm going to cut that little bit out, and I'm just going to go just slightly outside the line. In fact, what I can do is I can add a bit of tape and then cut it. I think what I'm going to do is, because the line actually comes up there, so I'm not actually going to go all the way around. I'm just going to go across like that, and then I'm just going to across there, I think, and across there, or maybe up and over. I'm not sure, but I don't need to exactly follow the star shape. With the semicircle, I kind of did, but with this one, I don't really need to do. I can just go where the star is roughly. So I'm going to cut that section out where the star is, and then we're just going to go along that centre line, that fold line, and just cut that little section out. So now when this goes onto there, you're not going to see any of that tab poking through. So now we're going to do the same on the other side. So we'll fold this right hand side tab over, line up our card, and then I'm going to do the same again. Just going to draw around that die cut like that, and then I'm going to do the same here. I'm just going to cut just to one side of it like that. Just on the outside, I'm going to do that there like that, and then cut that section out. Ooh. Like that. So once you've done that, you can now go ahead and put tape on the outside pieces of these two tabs, the bits you got left. I'm actually going to glue mine because I've got a bit more time for wiggle room then, but you can obviously tape it if you want to. I would probably use red tape if possible, because then you know it's going to be really well stuck. And I'm going to do one side at a time. So I've just put glue on that one, and now I'm going to fold it over and make sure that it is all lined up and all stuck in the right place. And then just open it out and make sure it's definitely stuck down. Now if you know where your pieces, if you're going to stick things on the other side, so if you look at this now, you can see the beautiful checkers card coming through. Now before I stick this side, I think I'm going to go ahead and work out where I'm putting my bits that are going to go inside, because then I can work out, I can easily kind of open it, stick it down, rather than having to try and fiddle around within the box. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick that angel down that I said I was going to stick down, and he needs to go about there, I would say. I think the angel needs to go about there, maybe a touch lower, maybe like there. So I'm going to go ahead and stick him down, or her down. Okay, so now I've put the angel in. I'm just going to open it up, and then with the other stars, these little stars, I think I'm just going to randomly put some in, like I'm going to put them just round and about. And I've got these half cut stars, which was from when I did the edges, and even though they're only half a star, I can still use them because I can have them coming off the side. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm now going to go ahead and just stick my stars in random places where I feel they need to be. So I've stuck my stars in, and I'm happy with where they are. Obviously you can't see them all through the stars, but because you're going to move the card and you can look inside, so you can see them all. It's just, you know, but my main thing is the angel needs to be seen. That's my main concern. So now what I'm going to do is add some more glue onto this tab here and stick the whole thing together. So you should end up with like a shadow box like that. Now obviously I know that you can see your tabs. So you can see the tabs on the side, and normally I would do it this way round. However, because of the fact that you're going to end up with a join line here, I decided that it's easier to do it this way round. And actually I just think that you've got that much going on your card that you don't really see the tabs. So they don't overly concern me. If they overly concern you, that's fine. You can try and work out a way of doing it. I did want to do it as one long piece that you just kind of fold round, but you'd need quite a few inches to do that. So unless you have big long sheets of card, it's just not really going to work. The other thing I would say is on this star where I didn't cut, I did like a shape rather than actually do that bit there. So I have now got a gap there, which does annoy me, but it's not the end of the world. So I'm not going to overly worry about that, but that's just something to point out. So I'm now going to go and finish off decorating by sticking my nativity characters on, and also sticking the greeting on. So there we have the finished card. So obviously you've got the stars going all the way around, and again round there, and then you've got the little nativity scene, and behind you've got that beautiful card. I love that card so much. And actually I wasn't quite sure how it was going to work out with the purple, but actually I really like it. I really like it. So yeah, there we go. So hopefully you like it. As I said, it fits in an envelope for a 5x7 card because it folds flat like that, and then when the recipient gets it, all they've got to do is pop it open and stick it on the mantelpiece. So nice and easy. So yeah, I hope you liked today's card. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment below, and I will see you next time. Bye.